Hi, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you've joined me today. I'm Kelly Pitts, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Lubbock, Texas, serving customers all over the whole U.S. Happy to help you. If you need something, holler. You can tell I'm a Texan, right? Thank you for tuning in today. I'm glad you're watching, whether you're watching live on YouTube or watching live on Facebook, or if you're watching the replay. Would still love to know who you are and where you're from. If you want to just type that in the comments really quickly, that'd be awesome. Today we are going to feature Stampin' Up's Love Notes DSP, which is on page 17 of the mini catalog that is January through April. So we've got several good months left in this catalog. It's got some great items, but today we're talking about Valentine's cards, Galentines cards, just love cards for friends, family, anyone who needs a little pick-me-up. And today we're doing card number 4 or 3. Card number 3, I guess. Yes, card number 3 in my series. I did 7 cards and a treat bag. And we have already had the class yesterday, the Love Notes class, but I think I may have an extra class to go. If anyone's interested in that, y'all can just let me know. Okay, thanks again for tuning in. I'll switch the camera over so y'all can see the card better. Now, okay, and this is featuring flip flaps. That's what this is. Look how cute this card is. Is that not darling? Look at that. Oh, who wouldn't love to get this card? I will show you how to make it. How about that? Thanks for tuning in. Okay, I've got my little kit together, and this is a typical card base size of 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And this is in the Azure Afternoon. And I have already taken the embossing folder that's from the Glass and Gardens set, one that looks more like a kind of cut out Waterford glass. And then this one has the flowers. So I've used it, but you could use whatever set you have that you would like to show on the side. It could show the whole way. It could be a full size. This one happened to be a mini, but we're covering up half of it anyway with this, so it doesn't really matter. All right, we will get started. But isn't that a pretty embossing look? And it looks wonderful, embossed and debossed. So there you go. I appreciate you watching and subscribing, and please share with your crafty friends and give me a hands up. You can give me a hands up if you want. That would be awesome. Okay, we're going to start with, let's see, what are we going to start with? I think we're going to start with blending. That looks a little shorter. Nope, it's not. This piece is, let me see where I have a ruler. I try to keep one in here, but I'm not seeing it at the moment. Let's see, it's 2 by 5.5, this piece. And we're going to take our blending brush, small blending brush, and I'm using Highland Heather ink. And we will get this going. I'm going to move the card base out of the way. We're going to leave this where you can see it. Our Highland Heather ink, like I said. Because this has a Highland Heather frame, I was trying to pick up those little flowers in there, that it shows that it's Gorgeous Grape, but the Gorgeous Grape, I believe, is in the middle. This is more Highland Heather. And I'm trying to pick up that color more so it's not just purple in one spot, because I like to repeat my color palette. So this was Jan's idea. Jan Spencer, thank you very much. And I used a blending brush on the white piece. I used a little bit over here on these little pieces too, and then used it on this one. So that's what we're going to do. And we're taking our little piece of paper here, and I usually just dot it onto or dab it onto the ink pads. Whoo, see, that's been inked well. But I always go in a circular motion and just lightly go onto whatever paper, designer series paper, cardstock, whatever I want to blend onto. So see, I'm going to use a little bit of leave a little bit of that white in there, the white with the blue. But I want some of the purple to show up to kind of blend with this purple here, the Highland Heather. Now we're going to set that aside and grab our little heart. And we're just going to take a little of that purple color through there. Always, always, always tap off because you get that yucky stuff on your cardstock if you don't. You don't want that. Okay, so we've got purple in a couple of places and blue in some. Okay, now we'll set that one aside and we're going to do our little bitty pieces that I cut off. I'm going to go ahead and get some Highland Heather on there too. And be sure and let me know if you're watching. Make some comments, ask any questions. I'm happy to help, even on the replay. If you still need some help on something and I catch it later, I'm happy to help if I am available. So we're just going to take our little chopper that Stampin' Up! Doesn't have anymore, but I'm sure you probably have some kind of guillotine chopper. Guillotine, whichever way you say it. Okay, I think I'm done with our blending. Put my brush up. Okay, so now we are going to stamp our, oh shoot, I'm not through either, am I? I forgot about the white piece on the inside. Here we go. We're going to do that. Put our little brush back on again. And our Highland Heather ink. And we're going to go across this. Again, just for some continuity. Whoa, that's some purple, isn't it? I kind of didn't tap off enough. But that's kind of cool. Kind of looks like clouds or something. If you make a mistake and you don't like what you've got going on there, you can always flip it over and use the other side. That's why you don't ever glue this down first. Whoops, sorry, shaking the camera, shaking the table. It's kind of hard when the camera's attached to something sitting on the table. It's hard not to get some motion going. Okay, well, we're going to stamp this inside layer. And on this one, we had the love you. That's like a little kiss of love you. Isn't that cute? Jan Spencer came up with that little saying of being a kiss. I think that's cute. Okay, so we're going to stamp on this one just to show you a different way to do it. It's not a right way or a wrong way. It's your card. You create it your way. So we're going to say Happy Valentine's Day. And I'm going to, this did not get cleaned very well in my class. I'm going to clean that really quickly on my chamois first. Make sure it's all good. And we're going to do the Happy Valentine, or just the Valentine's Day in real red. Woo! That's nice and bright, isn't it? And then I'm going to take the Gorgeous Grape, which is a little deeper purple than the Highland Heather. Same color family, just a little bit different tone. And we're going to do the happy separate, so it makes it easy to use with the other sentiments like anniversary and all that are in this set. Let me show you that again. Reason to celebrate. So that's where I got the happy and the Valentine's Day from. Love it. Has just about every occasion you would need. Okay, so I'm doing that in Gorgeous Grape, and I'm just kind of evening that up with the Valentine's Day. And if you wanted to put another heart down here, you could, but I think with two of them already, we're in good shape. But that's totally up to you. Okay, let me clean this really quickly because these purples and reds really stain your stamps a lot, although it doesn't show on anything. It's not a big deal. It's just if I can take a couple of seconds to wipe it off, I will do that. Okay, now we need our little silicone mat to glue on so we don't make a mess on our work surface. And it's hard to get all of this arranged where y'all can see everything. There's the old card, or the sample card. It's not an old card. It's still a new card. We'll just glue that. You could use liquid glue. You could use Stampin' Seal, whatever your adhesive of choice is. So we've got a Happy Valentine's Day here. And then these I have done with the Textured Notes die. I've cut this rectangle out of that die set. And we're just going to glue it flat. Usually I do glue. Whoops, we can't do that first. We got to do this first. These little pieces, I think I'm just going to attach them to this since I've got glue on there already. Maybe not. Okay, let's get our little silicone mat back out. So if I drop this, okay, I'm going to glue that, and we're just going to kind of audition our piece to see where we want our little bitty cute little blue pieces to go. And I'm just going to hold that there for a second. Get the glue on these pieces. Stick that where I want it. I just think this is a nice touch to bring the front in with that little checked. And these were extra pieces when I cut out the DSP for all the cards. You have to really be careful and make sure you're using extra stuff if you're trying to make this whole set like I did, because you just have to use scraps for something like this. Okay, now we're going to glue this one. This is a little bit smaller textured rectangle die that fits nicely inside of here. And this is Azure Afternoon also. So we've got basic white and an Azure Afternoon layer. And then even though it's on the inside, I am going to pop that up. And that looks like it needs a little bit chopped off the edge there. So we're going to do that. And you could use your trimmer. This is just handy right at the moment. So you could do this flat if you wanted, since it's on the inside. Totally up to you. In fact, it looks cute like that. We'll go ahead and glue this one down, and then you can decide which way you like the look best. Okay, so we have the layering on the left, and we have Happy Valentine's Day on the right. Pretty, right? Y'all like it? Hope so. Okay. Oh no, I've already glued this in. That was too soon. Dang it. We're going to fix it though. We got to peel this up, people. I have to put the flip flap in. I got ahead of myself. Okay, if it's really getting stuck here, you can take your little tool, take your pick tool, and see if we can get this up. I was just talking away, wasn't paying attention. We got to get that flip flap under there. Okay, and this is all good. It's tearing up a little bit here, but it's not torn on the back side, so we're good. We'll just glue it back down. Nobody will be the wiser. Okay, we've got our little flip flap, and it doesn't matter. You can go ahead and insert the frames. This is cut. I just cut this to 3 inches square and then use the stylish shape on the inside, because these little guys are 3 inches square. So I just made that to where it will fit right inside this flip flap. And these come in, they were originally designed for scrapbooking, but I'm using them for card making. I'm going to go ahead and take that out. We're going to see. And you could glue these down, or you don't have to. but I'm putting one on each side. Since they're all about the same size, it should work just fine in here. Let's see. We're going to put this side down. So that means that's on the outside. Okay. Yep. Have to talk myself through here. Do y'all have to do that? Do y'all talk to yourselves? Oh, gosh. Okay. So now, if you want to glue those, you could, like I said, but it fits in there pretty tightly. So we want the Be Mine to be on the outside when we flip it. I think I am going to glue it just in case it slips like that. I'm going to take that back out again. Okay, let's glue that. And they're both about the same size. All right, and this is just cut out of Highland Heather, like I said, 3 inches on the outside, and then use your stylish shape square on the inside so you have that little detail. Cute. Okay, now it fits inside the flip flap. Like I said, these come in a pack of 12, and it has adhesive on this side that we're going to peel off right here. It's probably easier to put this in first, but you can access it afterwards. It's just easier to do it before we stick it in. Okay. All right, let's audition again. We're going to stick this in here and then close it this way. So that's right. You want to leave that little bit of space here that you've got on there. See, that back just peels right off. Then we're going to stick it in here, which is what we should have done before we glued that down. Okay, so I'm going to kind of estimate where that is. There's kind of a little line. Can y'all see that line right there? Right here. Like here's the edge of this part, the pocket part. And then there's another little line over here. So I'm going to line that line up with the edge of my cardstock, top and bottom, so I know I got it pretty straight. Make sure that's going to work. Yep. Okay, we're sticking it down. Now we're going to glue this again. So y'all make sure do the right thing. Don't do what I did initially. And you won't have this mess. And if the liquid glue doesn't work there for you, you may want to put some tear and tape on the top to attach to this. We'll see how that works. I used quite a bit of it, as you could see. Now it's going to fold just like that. How pretty. Yay. Now we're going to put our little piece of the designer series paper. See, this is the part that I cut off of that card 2 that I just did the video for. It was a 6x6 piece, and I used the full front 5.5 by 4 on the other card. So I had this piece left over and a little bit more. And that's what I used in here was the scrap. All right, we're going to put this. I'm going to attach this little piece of Highland Heather. I'm just going to put that down one side here of this. We're going to move that. I'm just going to attach this so it has a little bit of an edge over there to show. So attach those two pieces together, line that up, and we will glue this whole thing down. Anybody have any questions so far about how this works? Easy peasy, right? I'm just kind of giving that a little more border than this part right here, but you could make it whatever size you want. And then it's just going to overlap the embossed part. And that, my friends, is all there is to that card. Let me get this little corner didn't get quite enough glue. Okay. Yay! Let me show you one more time. Here's the open of that one, and here's the open of this one. Which one do you like better? Do you like the little kiss of love you, or do you like the Happy Valentine's Day better? Cute, 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 right? So let's open that one and close that one. And then I will switch the camera over. Thank you so much for watching. Please share with your crafty friends. Okay, I've got it here where y'all can see the open and close. Try to get it. I'm right kind of in the light, so it's hard to see a little bit, but we'll just block me and then put this in. See if I can back up a little without getting too much in the shade. There we go. Okay. Peek, peek. See what you think. Thank you for tuning in. We've got a lot of fun times ahead. I'm going to be back in a few minutes to do card number 4 in my series, my Create with Kelley collection. Oh, we forgot our little bow. Let's add that real quick. We can just add that on top with a glue dot. We'll just tie a little bow. And this is the baker's twine. You can, I'm sure you have baker's twine of some kind. But this is, we do have a white in our naturals pack that comes with a black and white and like a crumb cake. I'm not sure what the other color is. I think there are like 4 colors in that pack. You could even make a double bow. Let's make a double bow. Ooh, I don't know if I have enough string. Let's try it. Or twine. Let's see if I can make a teeny tiny bow. Whoops, I'm sorry. Let's switch this back over while I do my bow. I don't think I left enough to make a double. But we shall see. My fingers are too big for that. But okay. We'll just put a bow, like stick it on with the glue dot, and it'll be just like that. All right. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. And if you need any of the supplies, they're linked below. If you have any questions, let me know. Happy to help. Thanks. Fun times ahead.